means we have the Raptors on the board at number 9. Goodman, I don't know if you're over there. You have to look on your face that you're getting shit done. You have to look on your face where you haven't looked at the camera once in the last hour, which means something's happening over there. You
have a dry erase big board over there that you're not showing.
Already on my second
the
mango
bigs
card.
are kicking in. The bigs are kicking in. He texting John Martin where's money. He went back to 1,000 right now. That's what he did. He was 200 when
every night, baby.
Back up to 1,000.
For you guys, I think I'm reading this. It says reports say that Ace did not want to go to Utah, but Utah drafted him anyway. So yeah, RC.
There's no question. No question. You didn't go to NBA workouts to go to Utah? Hell no. Listen, let's be clear. Nobody wants to go to Utah. That's not a place. That's the most least desirable location to get drafted to. You just don't when you're 19, 20 years old and about to be handed millions of dollars. That's not where you want to be to spend your money. That's all.
Hey, Goodman, who's going to enjoy Utah more next season? Ace Bailey or Ace DeBonsa?
Oh, DeBonsa for sure. DeBonsa for sure. Are you kidding me? Ace DeBonsa is making as much as a 16th pick or the top 10 pick. He might as well be there.
That's actually AJ. His dad is Ace, but they're both making money. Trust me.
Yeah.
They're both loving something.
Murray-Boyles.
That was the most obvious pick that could have happened. We're talking about the Raptors here, guys. We're talking about the Raptors. Nobody likes big athletic football guys more than the Raptors.
Yes, in Masai, I trust. Look, I trust the process with him. I'm not saying anymore. I trust Masai. Murray-Boyles, obviously, I'm not. What does he do? Where is he going to go? But the Raptors have so many pieces. Like they can afford to swing and miss on a guy maybe that they see potential in. And then when you, like I said, start looking at this board. Where do you go? Like it's starting to get a little shady right now for teams that maybe want to impact players. So I think this is going to happen a lot more right now. And some guys are dropping as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, like Carter Bryant, Derek Queen. Those are guys who are projected to go above these guys.
None of us were all in on Collin Murray-Boyles, right? He's an undersized 4-man. He doesn't shoot it great. He's a good passer. He's a below the rim guy to some degree. I think he measured at I'll tell you right now. He measured at 6'6.5" without shoes, 240. Good player. But do you take him this high? I don't know if you do. If you're Toronto, a small market team, taking a guy that again is probably going to be a nice piece for a while. And again, a good player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not killing him here. I'm just saying this was a little bit of a reach.
I'm going to make the argument for him here, and I get what all you guys are saying, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here, right? You already got Scotty Barnes, who is the can be that initiator and is already what he's going to be as a defender, right? And you already got what's the who they just trade for from the Pelicans? Brandon Ingram, right? Yeah, Brandon Ingram, my bad. Yeah, Brandon Ingram. And you are a team that's kind of prided yourself on defense and toughness and physicality. And you're adding a guy that he won't be a ball stopper. The ball is going to move. He's known for what he can be as a passer. He's known for what he can be as a defender. He's going to fit into the culture there. And I think if you're trying to be that, we're going to win games with toughness and physicality and defense and switchability and all of those different things. I get it. I get it with Collin Murray-Boyles there. You're betting on the fact that he's going to develop something of a handle. You're betting on the fact that maybe that jump shot comes along. You're betting on what he can be as a short roller, but basically you're saying we're going to switch everything. We got all these 6'8" guys that are with all this length, and you're just not going to be able to run anything against us. I get it. It makes sense. Maybe he turns into Bam Adebayo 2.0, maybe not.
And I'm looking at the roster. I mean, it kind of clears up the picture, right? Like you've got Podol, but you don't really have a guy you can go small ball with that can slide to the 5 and defend. So maybe that's the thinking. Hey, look, we need a guy that can play ball, get down there and be our small ball center that can guard bigger guys. Maybe that's where he plugs in at. Like, hey, look, we got a guy that we plug the 4-5, defend behind Podol if he's not able to be effective in these playoff games because the Raptors have the roster to do some things next year. So this is not a bad spot for him as a top 10 pick. I think he gets minutes right off the bat when I'm looking at the roster. I think he gets a chance, which is all you can ask for, as a top 10 pick. Just get a chance to get out there and get your feet wet. They've got – this is a good place for him. I'm looking at the roster and the makeup. I'm not mad at that.
And think about this too. Cooper Flagg went to the West. Dylan Harper went to the West. Jason Tatum ain't playing next year. Tyrese Halliburton ain't playing next year. Those are two of the better teams in the East. Like, it's not like you're looking at a murderer's row in the Eastern Conference. Like, if they think that this is going to be the piece that kind of takes them from being good to, okay, we got a chance to be a top 4 seed in the East, which means you got a chance to be able to get yourself to the NBA Finals. Look, you said it earlier, Henson. In Masai, I trust, right?
I listen. If Masai, look, I'm gonna tell you, I got a soft spot for Masai. I think Denver had the 21st pick. I walked into the room for the interview. He said, "Yeah, we're picking you. Get to us. Have a nice day." He knows his stuff.
Oh, listen, and they got a good roster of guys. I mean, he's obviously there for his defensive versatility. Offensively, again, this is a guy that shot 26% behind the 3-point line. I mean, with Ingram there, RJ Barrett there, also. I mean, they got Scotty. We talked about perimeter wise. They there, like you said. Maybe he asked another guy that can switch to them. He's a piece. They see something in him. I'm just surprised with a guy his size going this high. I'm high on him, but I didn't think he'd go 10th in the draft or 9th in the draft.
So